Hello everyone, this is Professor Bushra Ansari and we are back with yet another video, another module for the subject CRM, that is Customer Relationship Management. In the previous module, that was module 3, we spoke about CRM planning, CRM implementation and how you are evaluating the CRM. In this module, we're only going to study about CRM as a new horizon. That is what all things are involved when we talk about CRM, which is a coming or a growing aspect or a growing platform for the students, for the people, for the customers, for the companies out there. So when we are talking about CRM, what I have did is we have divided this module into 2 videos, and in the first video, we are going to talk about topics like we are going to talk about E-crm, we are going to talk about the various softwares, that is why a software-based or a web-based CRM is necessary, and we are also going to talk about what are the problems or how the social networking and CRM works. And in the second half, we'll see what we have stored in for the other half of the module. So to begin with, to talk about this particular video or this particular module, the part of this module, we are firstly talking about E-crm. Now, as of now, from the first module onwards, we have been talking about CRM, like how you maintain the customer relation, how you make sure that the customer is happy and satisfied. At the same time, how you're developing this relationship with the overall or with the people out there, with the customers out there. Now, how do we go ahead and make this CRM or customer relationship management through e-platform, that is electronic platform? So we talk about internet, we talk about web-based or internet-based www websites or social media or whatever electronic platforms we have. We talk about these things in such a manner where when you are talking to when you're dealing with the customer, when you're understanding the customer requirement and making sure that the customer is happy and satisfied, you have all these things intact using this electronic medium. Now, when giving you the very first example, if you must have seen, time and again I have spoken about this example. When you look at Google Play Store, when you look at any of the apps that you're downloading, we have got the star rating. Or let's take a very simple example. Whenever you make a WhatsApp call, after a certain point of time, when you hang up the call, you get the stars, and there you have very conveniently written either you rate it now or remind me later, and we very easily can click it on remind me later. But why this pop-up is there? Why Google Play has got star ratings for the app? So that when you look into, or when you are as a customer, when you and evaluate the quality of the product, you get to know how suitable the product is, or how you should be going ahead with the app, or you should not be going ahead with the app. Now, when you look at this web portal, when you look at these websites, or when you look at these platforms, electronic platforms, you have got feedback, reviews, and so many things. Now, this web-based CRM works on server. This web-based CRM works on the data. Whatever information gets served or gets stored is utilized. So, whatever feedback I give, whatever star rating I give, whatever suggestions I give, in the name of these star ratings, in the name of the reviews, it also gets added. On top of it, I have my employees, I have my customers giving me raw feedback or talking to me completely, as in talk about a restaurant giving a feedback, asking for a feedback. Again, this involves a customer relationship management. Adding on to it, I have various Instagram page, Facebook page. Today the companies have very interactive websites. These are purely for the sake where customers can find it more easy. Phone Pay, the very simple example, GPay. So these things, these platforms again are a place where you know that your relationship with the company is maintained with the help of electronic medium, and that's how we talk about web-based CRM. Now this E-crm, that is electronic CRM, it is more of when we saw in the prior videos also, we are focusing on customer management. So, say right now we have so many apps coming in. We have this Khata, or we have this accounting software. These things again are for the sake of my customer relationship management. So we either maintain the customer management thing, we might have a knowledge management, we have account management, we have case management. So these things which you can see on the slide or on the PPT slides easily, these are nothing but my overall E-crm objectives, or the elements which are involved when we talk about E-crm. We have this backend integration. So all the data, all the information is kept intact and utilized when and how it is needed. How things are supposed to be utilized. The recent controversy just now that we saw, the data leakage of Facebook, the user ID leakage. Now we saw that even Mark Zuckerberg, his ID is being hacked or his details have been leaked. Now this details, these data, what is it? This is nothing but information. So how this information is utilized for the sake of customer relationship management, that's what E-crm is all about. How you have all the information stored, how you have all the, like earlier companies, or even for that matter of small shops, they used to have these your accounts written in the register. But today everything is software oriented. That's E-crm. You have individual cases, you have individual accounts, you have individual behavior thing, that how you are dealing with the customer. That's E-crm. So when we talk about the E-crm, like we have already discussed so much in detail, there are 6 E's that focuses or that covers up your E-crm completely. The first one being electronic channel. As we all know that E-crm is nothing but we are talking about using electronic medium. So that's electronic channel. We have enterprise, that is the whole organization. So it has got the information of pre, post, or everything all throughout about the process wherein the customer is supposed to be retained. You talk about empowerment. So E-crm makes you, as a company, it gives you more of things, like you can put it up wherein you are empowering the employer, the seller also. You are economics. So we all know we are talking about the give and take thing, demand and supply. Obviously this is going to be the best of the element when it comes to monetary aspect. Evaluation, you need to study, you need to understand if whatever you are doing, is it suitable or not. And external information. So these 6 E's, that is your external information, having all the details outside the premises, every single thing, whatever we look into it, all these 6 E's are equally important when we talk about web-based or E-crm. Lastly, we are talking about what are the problems. Now, it's obvious thing. If we talk about good things, there has to be some or the other issues, some or the other problems. Now, the problem is not with E-crm, but many a times it becomes difficult to implement so much of electronic-based thing in manual system. Like either my customer is not accepting it, either my seller, that is my employee who is working, might not be able to give it to the customer in that proper manner. So there ends up having some kind of a problems or limitations. The first being limited information. Now whatever information you have, that's limited to whatever access you have to the information. Likewise, dependent on front end and back end, that is, you need to be very much in sync in terms of implementing such kind of a software, such kind of a web-based element. But then more or less it's possible that you cannot do it because you have employees along with you. And then you have this ignorance of complaints, how like E-crm, when there are some grievances or any issues, at times it do get ignored. So this is overall we talking about how web-based CRM or E-crm works. I'll sign off right now with this video. I'll be joining you back or bringing you with another video on the module 4 talking about CRM as a new horizon. Thank you guys.